Name's Roger Boaty. Mr. George Roger Boaty.
And who could possibly replace him? Good evening, my darlings, and the warmest of welcomes to... Oh, it's Tuesday. The warmest of welcomes to Tuesday Night Live with me, coming into your eyes and your ears direct from Windy Bottom, here in the Peak District National Park. Excuse me. How are you, darlings? How's your day been? How was your weekend? We didn't talk much about you last night, did we? So catch me up on your news. What's going on in your life? How are things? What have you been eating? Have you had... No, I can't say that. Just tell me all about you. It's all about you. Good evening to Matt, who's wondering how life is for everyone. So sorry. Good evening to Trace, who says got so much weirdness going on. Must be the full moon or something. I mean, the stuff happening isn't weird. It's just there's so much happening that it's weird. Right, jolly good. At last, says Simon. Just took 5 attempts to stream to the TV and have a love chat. Well, you know, each to their own, whatever turns you on, whatever floats your boat. I hope you enjoyed your love chat with whoever it was. I mean, hopefully it was with the lovely Juju. I mean, you are officially allowed to wave your private parts at each other over the interweb. I hope you weren't doing it with a random stranger. That got Hugh Edwards into all sorts of trouble. But I'm sure you know what you're doing. Now then, Matt is wondering what everyone is planning to do at the weekend. Well, I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself. And I don't have any fixed plans, to be perfectly honest. No, not a thought in my head about what I'm going to do this weekend. I'm planning to have lunch on both days, and I will be going to work on both days, and I will fill in the rest of the time as best as I can. Now, one of these Saturdays, I've promised myself that I'm going to take a drive over to Cromford, which is a beautiful drive in and of itself. And I'm going to reacquaint myself with what many people believe is the finest old school fish and chip shop in the world. And yeah, avail myself of some of their pleasantries and take it up to the what's it, to the doings, to the railway, to the little railway that I can't remember what it's called. What the bloody hell is it called? Oh, that's annoying. The oh well, you know the one I mean, that one. Take it up to that one. You know, just get. They used to do me like a half size I mean, you know, chip portion sizes are too much for a man of my age. I only want half of what they give you. But yes, kind of a battered sausage with some of the. They're the only chip shop I've ever known that serve crinkled chips. And there's none of this newfangled bloody polystyrene boxes or anything like that. No, they're wrapped in paper the correct way by nice fat ladies in greasy overalls. That's what, and cash only, no cards, cash only. And they only open for about an hour, 3 days a week. Oh, but it is magnificently good. And then I almost remembered the name of the railway and now I've forgotten it again. Oh, it's got an S in it. It's definitely got an S in it. No, not a clue. It'll come back to me. Right, yes. Oh, a haiku from Simon. How splendid. I do enjoy these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set our balls. That's not worked. Right, Simon would like to make this a love-in type of chat. He's not satisfied with taking out his most private of parts and waving them at random people on some random internet connection. He wants to get that sort of thing going here. Oh, and he's going to start, so cover your eyes, ladies. Oh, right, now. I'm grateful for the camaraderie. This is Simon saying this. Not that I don't absolutely espouse and echo his thoughts. Although, oh, right. Oh, I'd like to read that, but I can't. That would be rude. The lovely Mr. Lloyd has just left a comment that looked quite... Well, it looked as if it had the potential to be quite interesting. I only saw the flash up of the first bit. Anyway, Simon's saying that he's grateful for the camaraderie that we have in our little group, all in it together and no one gets left behind. Yeah, we are the Sunday morning cycling club runs of YouTube communities. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Sunday morning cycle runs, if that's not a contradiction in terms, there were two. There was the club run, excuse me, and there was the bash. Now, the rule on the bash was that if you were too slow, you got left behind. And the rule on the club run was that the club run went at the pace of the slowest person. And that's a type of community we are. I go at the pace of the slowest person, which is almost certainly me because I'm exceedingly old and tired. Matt is grateful for free supercar shows. And also agrees with Simon, who is now wondering if we remember when milk came in glass bottles. Well, it still does. Matt's chat has gone all wickety-wackety again. Well, we're all sorry to hear that, I'm sure. Trisha Alderman is amongst us and says, "Good evening all, hope you've had a good day," which is very kind of her, but quite frankly, and a lot of you will know this, that is the sort of lady that Trisha Alderman is. She cares about her fellow human being. She's the sort of lady that would put your bin out for you without you even asking and put it back in exactly the right place. That's just the kind of lady that she is, and we're all very lucky to have her with us. Neil Gibbons is here, who is also a splendid chap. He's a big lad, is Neil. He's a big chap. He's built like a brick outhouse. But he's got a heart of gold. and a very watertight bladder, which is essential when you work as an AA patrolman, because contrary to popular belief, people still think that it is acceptable by law to wee up your own vehicle. It was an old law about somebody being allowed to urinate up their own gun carriage or something, but that's not actually a law. You are not legally permitted to whittle up your own wheel, or oh my goodness me, more comments from the good Mr. Lloyd. Yeah, you're not allowed to whittle anywhere up your vehicle, so Liz, stop it. You're not going to get away with it forever. They're going to catch up with you. Quit while you're ahead, that would be my advice. And, you know, I would second that advice to anybody else who needs it. Liz is absolutely lovely. I've been on record several times talking about how lovely Liz is and how much I admire, respect and generally like her. And quite honestly, if she wants to whittle up her own wheels, crack on with it. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't got a problem. Now, Matt has got some, Tuesday tomfoolery, says Barry, and good evening to you, Barry. Yeah, we'll try and squeeze some tomfoolery in. Or if there are any Toms here, we could fool them and have some full Tommery. It's your choice, really. They're two sides of the same coin, much like love and hate, unless you take the E off hate, as a man did when he had it. He had hate tattooed on his knuckles there. But unfortunately, he lost his little finger in an industrial accident. So he's got hat tattooed on his hand forevermore. And quite frankly, you know, you choose to have tattoos, that is the risk that you take, I'm afraid. You know, you never know what the future's going to hold. And you never know what that man's hand is going to hold. But it will probably be a smaller thing after he lost one finger. I would imagine if you lose a finger, then your grasping ability is bound to be diminished, isn't it? Yeah, it's like the old thing at school. If you had 7 apples in one hand and 6 apples in the other hand, what would you have? Bloody big hands, sir. Quite right too. Matt's got some interesting news for us. He forgot to put the bin out again. Can you believe that? Now, I don't think that Matt has favoured us with any bin news beforehand. So it's interesting that he says he forgot to put the bin out again. Again is the operative word there. He's kind of suggesting to us that this is not showing you a bit too much there. He's suggesting that this is not a one-off, not an unusual occurrence. And I'm sure that we're all wondering exactly how often this happens. You know, it could be a weekly thing or it could happen 3 times a year. We don't know. But I think I speak for all of us when I say that we're grateful for this latest information that we've been given, which is that Matt forgot to put the bin out again. And he then follows up with, quite honestly, a lament. I'll do this in a voice for you as a special treat. Bloody Tuesdays keep coming around too quickly. Now that's not an impersonation of Matt in any way, shape or form, because Matt sounds absolutely nothing like that. However, I rather enjoyed doing it. I did it on a whim and I did it on a chair, and I'm not proud, but neither am I ashamed. I mean, well, I'm going to be glued to my screen this time next week, hoping for some more bin news. So, what do you think? Next week, do we think that Matt will have learned from this salutary lesson and remember to put his bin out? Or will the silly old sausage forget once again? And I'm not being rude to him there, because he has already made it clear that this is not a first time occurrence. And again, we are lacking a bit of detail. I mean, some detail that we're lacking is inessential, I would argue. Now, I would personally like to know what bin was due to go out, but I've got a questioning nature. But that's not essential information. However, what I would argue is essential information would be, when you forgot to put the bin out, do you mean you forgot to put it out tonight for it to be collected tomorrow morning? Or did you forget to put it out first thing this morning so it's not going to be emptied this week? I mean, that's the pivotal question. And, you know, I feel that you're deliberately leaving us slightly in the dark. So we're going to get sucked into your bin doings. I'm all in. I love a bin. Now, feature number 1 for tonight. Does your bin have a date on it? I have 3 bins. 2 of them are undated, 1 is dated, and it's a 1989 model, which means that my bin is older than any of my cars and my most recent girlfriend. Hang on, let me work that out. 90. Oh God, yeah, my bin is older than Chinese Madam. I mean, I would like to make it absolutely clear that at no time have I podgered my bin. Just let's clear that up. Now, Tracy's having a little shout here. Don't talk to me about glass bottles. Well, I wasn't intending to, Trace, to be honest. And now this is quite strange. Trace is instructing me not to talk to her about glass bottles. And then what does she do herself? What does she go on to talk about? Glass bottles. So a little bit hypocritical there, I feel. You know, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, I see. Well, I think we've learned a valuable lesson about Tracy and the way that her mind works. Basically, she thinks that the rest of the world should follow her orders, but she's going to do what she damn well pleases, even if it is the binary opposite of what she has just instructed you to do. So clearly, Tracy is the sort of lady who, when you went to her abode, an apartment, flat I believe, would say, take your shoes off please. And you would take your shoes off and walk in your stocking feet. But then you would notice that Tracy still had her shoes on, because that's the way she works. Her rules do not apply. And she would say to you, please do not break wind in my living space. And then she would adopt a pose, probably a bit like this, and deliberately break wind violently and explosively while looking at you directly in the eye, making it clear that she knew damn well what she was doing. Gosh. Ugh. So when she invites us all round for dinner, we should all go, because it'll probably be a really interesting night. I don't know what she'll serve up. No, I haven't got a clue. So if you've got any specific dietary requirements, please put them in the comments below so that Tracy can, well, probably ignore them, knowing her. I mean, you know, we've all found out what she's like, haven't we? Tell her you're a vegan and she'll probably give you steak. Yeah, actually, Tracy, I'm vegan. Definitely don't give me steak or nice rare roast beef with horseradish and green beans and rosemary roast potatoes. Rosemary's a nice name, isn't it? Rosemary. 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 If I was a lady, I would call my private area Rosemary. Anyway, Tracy's going to talk about glass bottles, despite having banned everybody else from so doing. Just dropped a wine bottle, open bracket, empty, close bracket. The pieces have scattered everywhere, and that was in capital letters, the everywhere. That's why I'll raise my voice a bit. It's a bit of a broadcasting trick. When somebody shouts by using capital letters, you, the professional broadcaster, relate that by talking slightly louder. Yeah, little trick for you there, those of you who are thinking about starting a career on national television. And when I put the Hoover on to suck up the tiny shards, there was smoke and a smell. Well, that'll be you farting again, won't it, Trace? I mean, why don't you follow your own rules and not fart in your living space? And then there wouldn't be smoke and a smell. You've only got yourself to blame. Or if you insist on doing it, open a window, poke your bottom out. You're on about the 19th floor or something, aren't you? Nobody's going to see. And if they do, it's only going to be a random bottom. They're not going to be able to identify it as yours, even if it's got distinguishing features. I mean, let's say, for example, that Tracy had a tattoo of me on her right bum cheek, right? Now, obviously, that is a kind of, it's a distinguishing feature, isn't it? I would imagine that there are very few buttocks currently in existence featuring a tattoo of me on there. But the point is, anybody seeing that would say, oh, look, there is a buttock with a tattoo of Boaty on it. But they're not going to know it's Tracy, because unless they've had intimate knowledge of her, and no, I can't say that, then they're simply not going to know. They're just going to know that it's a tattooed buttock. They're not possibly going to be identified Tracy from it. So that would be my advice to you, Tracy. From now on, if you're going to break wind in your own living space, stick your bottom out of the window and bare your bottom first, and then you won't get any nasty stains on your, well, what am I saying? I was going to say on your underwear, but you never wear any, do you? You always prance about your flat entirely stark bollock naked, although I doubt that you have that word that I really don't want to say again, because I don't want this to be yet another live stream that becomes demonetized. And then Tracy continues to shout, Hoover vacuums Burke. I think she's drunk again. She said the wine bottle was empty, you know, and I bet it wasn't the first one. Do you know what I'm saying? Matt says that he's been awake for 72 hours waiting for the Sunday lunch live stream. Well, you've got a bit of a longer wait, Matt, because there won't be one until next Sunday. And there might not be one then if I can't be bothered. This Sunday, as those who've seen my daily diary will know, I had company, so a live stream wasn't possible. I was talking to real people in real life, genuine real people, flesh and blood. They were here, right here, and I talked to them, and they talked back at me, and I offered them a drink, but made it clear that because they hadn't given me sufficient notice, I had no milk, and on that basis, they refused the drink. And did I feel bad? No. If they wanted a beverage that involved milk, then they should have known me well enough to know that I do not carry milk in stock as a general rule, and I needed sufficient notice to have bought it from the super. I can only apologise. Yes, they should have given me sufficient notice to buy the milk from the supermarket the night before. And they didn't, so they didn't get a drink. And serves them bloody well right. Barry says, evening to all you crazy, lovely people. And a jolly good evening to you, Barry. Oh, Neil says, today has been good. So good news there. I got my new patrol van today. Oh, 2023. Yeah, well, it would be if it was new, wouldn't it? If it was 2022, then it wouldn't be new. And if it was 2024, then you would have invented time travel. and you could probably earn a jolly good living at the circus. It's a Transit Custom with only 64 miles on. I bet it's got a few more by now. Matt would like to make it clear that he's not living in a Hoover. Barry says, I know the fish and chip shop you mean. Black Rocks or Middleton Top. Yeah, well, the fish and chip shop is Robinson's of Cromford. And yeah, I was going to take it up to the Steeple Grange Light Railway. That's the bastard. See, I might be old and useless, but I knew it would come back eventually. You doubted me. You doubted me. You thought that this live stream was going to end without you knowing what that railway was. And you were wrong. It's the Steeple Grange Light Railway. Boom. Oh, that was a bit mentor pilotish, wasn't it? Splendid. Oh, I'm just... Evening all, says Liz. I see I've missed the intro music. I'll play it again for you, Liz. Hope everyone's okay, and we hope that you're doing okay too, Liz. Is this Chippy Run a meetup or a solo journey? It's just something I was planning to do on one Saturday. If anybody else fancied doing it, then shout out and we'll organise something. Pingu Concord is in our midst and shouts, buttocks! And I would like to think that Pingu Concord, our friend, is the sort of chap who would have no compunction whatsoever in walking into a busy Waitrose on a Saturday morning at about 11:23, striding purposely to the frozen aisle, throwing wide his arms and shouting, buttocks! And if he does, I would like a video of that. Thank you very much. And if anybody would like to honour or pay tribute to Pingu by doing exactly that in a supermarket of your choice, then please go ahead and do so. And please get a close friend, colleague, or random passerby to video it and send it to me. Thank you so very much. I could do with something to watch in the bath. Oh, I've got a new favourite song. Total favourite song. Lisa Tarbuck played it on her show on Saturday night. And I remembered what it... No, I didn't remember what it was. Of course I didn't. I went onto the BBC Two website, looked at the playlist and found it. And downloaded it from YouTube. And I've been playing it all night. It's kind of a little bit of a tradition that when I get a new car, I take it to work on the first night so the guys can have a look at it. They don't really know the difference between one and the other. They're just silver Rovers. But I do it anyway. It's a little thing. So yeah, I took Dick-a-Dum-Dum, didn't I, tonight? Oh, what a nice car he is. Absolutely splendid car. He doesn't mind me calling him Dick-a-Dum-Dum or Dicky-Dido. It's a term of endearment. Obviously, his name is Sir Richard Morris. But we're on very good terms now, he and I. And yeah, I call him various names, Dick-a-Dum-Dum, Dicky-Dido. And he understands and accepts that it is a term of endearment and that we're like that now, that we are closer than close. And he calls me some Richard-related names as well. Well, he calls me one. Specifically, he calls me a Richard head, although not quite in those words. But I'm sure that's a term of endearment as well. You know, there's no point in being too hard on him. You have to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. He's going through a bit of a strange time. Now, we haven't spoken in depth, so I can't tell you exactly what's going through his mind. But, you know, it's probably going to be a mix of emotions, I would imagine. I'm sure he's excited about having a new adventure. And he's not in a completely new part of the world. He's familiar with this part of the world. Although he spent his life living in the south, he started life in Devon, and then ended up latterly in Hampshire, the Shire of Hamp. But he has ventured north. Indeed, his previous papa, his PP, purchased him, so that's a triple P, isn't it? Purchased him from Keighley in West Yorkshire. I found the purchase invoice in the boot today when I was going through some things. And since then, he has been back up to this neck of the woods because his previous... God almighty, I've started stuttering. That's all I bloody need at my age, isn't it? I mean, I'm already dribbling, things are falling out or off, going a funny colour. I can't manage to insert all of a meal into myself. Half of it ends up on the table or the floor or down my bloody underpants. And now I've started pissing, well, stuttering. God above. What's going to happen next to me, one wonders. His previous papa had a familial connection with this part of the world. So I'm sure that there's a mix of excitement, but I'm also sure that he feels slightly abandoned. Perhaps there's a bit of separation anxiety. I don't know. Maybe he's even a little bit fearful of what the future holds. And I didn't know where to put him for best tonight, whether to put him in pole position so that he's close to me, close to what I hope he now recognises as his home. And, you know, rather than put him down the road where he's going to be further away from me and home, but he would be with his new family. And I didn't know what to do for best, where he would be happiest. I've put him in pole position because, you know, I couldn't work out what was best for him, but I could work out what was best for me. And what was best for me was parking right outside my own front door so I didn't have to walk up the hill. So that's what I did. You know, I'm a selfish old scrote, really. But I'll introduce him properly to his brothers and sisters, and, you know, in due course, over the next night or so, then he won't have to sleep next to me. He can go down and sleep with... I mean, it's just uncalled for, really, isn't it? It's uncalled for, it's uncouth, it's undemocratic, unnecessary, unedifying, and United Nations. The only other thing I could think of off the top of my head that began with un. Anyway, Trace says Stony Bridge with a question mark, and I don't know what that's about. Ecclesbourne Valley Railway. No, the well, yeah, I mean, it is very close to that. The Ecclesbourne Valley Railway is, of course, in Wirksworth, running down the old Duffield line. This is, well, it's kind of connected to that. It's the Steeple Grange Light Railway, which is at Middleton Top, and it's the old quarry railway, basically. But it does kind of head down towards the Ecclesbourne. It's so cute. I've never been on it. I've never even seen it working. I've always gone there because it's a nice place to sit and eat chips. And you can have a walk up the line, and it's just lovely. Little Miss and I used to go there when her mum was in a bad mood. We would just escape and go for a drive and get chips and have a walk up there. We loved it. And I would love to go on it one day, but it's a bit weird if an adult goes there on their own, and I don't want to be seen as any more weird than I already am. Matlock asked Trace. Cromford asked Trace. What are you asking, Trace? Cromford is where the fish and chip shop is, if that's what you were guessing. Oh, Gary Pisses Vino. God above. Well, hello there, young man. Oh, you can come again, you can, young man. Right, there's a deleted comment, which was apparently typed by Liz's cat. Oh, dear. Matt says, I've mentioned the bin a few times in previous chats. Clearly, you've really not been paying attention. That's rather good, actually. by your standards, exceptionally good, Matt. Don't forget to take the bin back in, advises Cheeseburger, or the council will charge you. What, like with a lance on a horse? Oh dear. Oh, that's a sad story from Cheeseburger. Lost my garden bin in the back of the cart. The replacement from the council was antique. Oh, could be worth a few quid. Take it on the Antiques Roadshow. That is not my normal wine. My normal wine was out of stock. This was 20p more expensive, but it's quite nice. And when I say quite nice, it's not, of course. It's an under £5 bottle of wine. What I mean is it's not too awful. Oh God, here we go. Trace says, shoes? It's the only thing I am wearing right now, but I'm not standing with a foot on a chair. You're imagining the spanking with utensils again. Why are you always naked, woman? Oh dear. No date on my bin, sounds about, but I found some currants and put them on it. I bet you didn't. I bet you're just saying that because it's a clever pun. I demand video evidence of you putting, or photographic evidence of you putting currants on your bin. Otherwise, I am disallowing that comment. Oh, right. Dinner news from Trace, and she's shouting, you're having spag bol and enjoy it with a side of felching green peas. God. And if you wonder why I am just wearing shoes, says Trace, she's still shouting, I broke a feckin' wine bottle and there's glass on the floor. Right, that doesn't explain why you're naked, for God's sake. Yeah, I understand you're wearing shoes, but I wasn't thinking, God, she's wearing shoes. How weird. No, I'm wearing shoes. It's quite normal in my world. Oh, look. My car collecting socks. Thank you so much. I stretched them to a second day because I think they're quite cool. And they didn't smell too badly. Yeah, I don't find it weird that you're wearing shoes, Trace. I find it weird that you're always naked. God above. You must really trust your farts to be naked all the time. I mean, it's been quite a few years since I would have trusted myself to a naked fart. I mean, you never know, do you? Well, not at my age, you don't anyway. Wouldn't it be lovely to be young enough to do naked farts again, without a second thought or a backwards glance? Oh dear, my lost youth. Does the cupboard of, oh, this is addressed to me from Simon. Does the cupboard of, insert name here, have leather cleaning stuff in it? The cupboard doesn't, but Bob the inexpertly constructed Palace of Motory Delight does. Oh God. A tattoo of Boaty on my right bum cheek, asked Trace. You mean I'd be sitting on your face? Oh God. Oh, this live stream is going downhill. Cheeseburger, model dilemma. My mum put her bin out one night. It is spotless. Looks like mustard has cleaned it. The next day, someone had put a yogurt pot in it. Should you put rubbish in someone's bin? Right, I'm going to answer that, and I'm going to answer that exactly, Cheeseburger. Nobody should put anything in anybody else's bin, except me, if I want to. Because basically, deep down, I'm like Tracy. I think all rules should be rigorously enforced, but not when it comes to me. No video. Did you bend them over the kitchen? What? I can't remember what that's in relation to, but I'm not reading it out. Welcome, Boaty's explosive maiden burp. Stop shouting, Trace. My voice isn't up to it. Matt says, oh, that's not fair. I missed the first live stream because I was at the Yard of Dreams and I was looking forward to seeing if the rumours of different camera angles were true or just clickbait. They were true. Simon asked, does anyone fancy joining them at the Motorist this Sunday? Not me, but somebody else might well. I'm sure they'll let you know. Cheeseburger says, you should visit the Chipley on Hagley High Street. Apparently the young lady has a nice arse. This has been a topic of discussion on a Midlands football forum. I need to join that forum. There are not enough discussions about chip shop operatives with nice arses in my book. I would like, oh dear, I'm so sorry. I would like more of that sort of thing, quite honestly. Okay, so feature number 17. In your opinion, which chip shop has got the nicest arse working in it? And God, I can't think of one. I mean, they're all chaps on the Milkstone Road, so they don't count. Oh, it is a lady in David's, Chippy, but not so much. I'll have to get back to you on that one. But yeah, it certainly sounds like we should all go to Hagley High Street. Yeah, that's about right, Cheeseburger. Boaty arrives at the restaurant. Nice silver Rover Boaty. Do you want to ride in our £250,000 Merc? Yeah. What's the name of the song from Tarbuck? Oh, did I not tell you? Oh, it's brilliant. I've been obsessed with it all night. Oh God, Matt's pinging me now. Right, the song it's called Pata Pata. And oh God, he's gone out to his bin and he's sent me photos. It's called Pata Pata and it's by Miriam. Oh, hold on, I'll have to have a look. Oh, I can't have a look. I'm on YouTube, aren't I? Miriam Mira. Oh God, I can't remember. Anyway, Pata. It's from, I think, 1967. And it reminds me of my mother, to be honest. But it's a really cool song, and she was very brave to have sung it. The lyrics, if you understand whatever language it's in, are apparently quite meaningful, and apparently she was quite a brave and influential lady. But it's just a really cool song. It's there on YouTube. Just search for Pata Pata, P-A-T-A. Do you know, this is true. I was a bit late getting in. And I was going to play you in with that song on this live stream. Now, I would have been demonetized because it's copyrighted, and I didn't care. I wanted to play it. And I didn't have time to set it up. So we did the normal one. But tomorrow, I might play you in with it. And sod the fact that I don't earn anything. It's just a really, really cool song. It's a very, very happy song. And yeah, have a look on YouTube. There's a live version and there's a remastered stereo version. And I commend it to you. It's absolutely fantastic. I've literally played it endlessly on repeat in Dicky Dido all night. And I shall play it as soon as this finishes. I could play, oh yeah, well, no. I'll check out the Right, what I'll do tomorrow, I'll check out the copyright situation and see if I can blag using it tomorrow night. I was going to say I'll stick it on the end of tonight instead of farting you out, but I won't do that in case I get a nasty copyright strike rather than just losing the day. So I'll check it out and hopefully I'll play you in tomorrow night with it. Evening all, says Jaden. What have I missed? Oh, ever so much. It's been the best live stream ever, and you'll be really annoyed that you missed it when you watch it back on catch up. There's non-stop excitement. Trace has been ordering people not to fart and then farting herself naked through a window. She's had a tattoo of me on her bum cheek. She's prancing around the house naked, cooking spaghetti bolognese with garden peas for some unknown reason. Cheeseburger's been perving on a chip shop operative with a nice arse. Matt's been taking photographs of dried fruit on his bin. And they're organising a meet-up at the Motorist, or a drive to the Motorist, or something on Sunday, if you fancy that. So there you go. Gary Pisses Vino wonders, has Richard managed a whole journey without a fuel stop yet? Depends how you define journey. He got to work tonight without a fuel stop, but then I did have to fuel him up at work, and the fuel light came on just as I parked up tonight. He does like a drop of juice, bless him. But he is a fantastic car. And he should be a very well-fed car, because his previous papa had been feeding him on E5, and I'm giving him E10, because nothing is too good for my dicker dum-dum. I'm going to treat him like a plectrum. I don't actually know what a plectrum is. It's a nice word though, isn't it? It's not the same as rollicks, I know that. Rollicks are the thing on a rowing boat. They're not the big, long, sticky, wafty in the watery things. They're called oars. The rollicks are the round things that the oars go through so you don't drop them in the water. Right, says Matt, decisively. I've closed the stream and reopened it on my phone, and now I've got the chat back. Do I can see who's here? Oh, right, jolly good. Oh, nice Allegro brochure video. Oh, I missed that. So not do. Can't type on a small keyboard. Me neither. Simon, we need corpse swap. He's off on one. Nonsense. Retro Wap, who from a previous successful life is worth a podgering. How do you highlight people's names in the chat? Asks Everything Card. I think you have to be on a browser to do it. I don't think you can do it on the app. Oh, good, video titles. I keep forgetting to remind you that you need to name this live stream. What have we got? Waffle Butty the Revenge. Title none from Trace. You've really not been paying attention. Quite like that one. I'll screenshot that. Simon says you use the @ symbol and then their name with the same capitals and everything. But yeah, I think you've got to be on. I think you need to be on a browser. I don't think that actually works on an app. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Boaty asks Everything Cars. What? Oh, a picture from Pingu. Oh, lovely. I'll have a look. I've got lots of things to look at when this finishes. What is your favourite alcoholic beverage? Well, my favourite... now, in previous years, I would always have answered that with a well-iced vodka and tonic. But of course, I gave up that particular pleasure 4 or 5 years ago. My favourite alcoholic beverage now would be a really, really, really good French dry white, chilled to the perfect temperature. Now, you wouldn't have to go mad. I would be very, very happy with Chablis Premier Cru, for example. You know, just a modest offering at 25 quid a bottle, something like that. But yeah, generally speaking, a really good dry French white would be my favourite alcoholic tipple. Or to give you a probably more truthful answer, my favourite alcoholic tipple would be my next one, or my current one. Because I do enjoy tippling. Oh, I like this one. Trace, don't put your bin out when naked. I assume that's a title nomination. I'm going to screenshot it. Trace is crying with laughter. Well, that's bloody brave, considering you're naked. The tears must be running down your legs. Liz says, why? At the rather uneventful adventures of Stickman. And she's done the correct thing to highlight his name, and it hasn't worked, which I think suggests that she's on an app. Please pity those of us using a mobile phone and crappy typing skills. Alpha Guy is the same too with his name. Why can't you choose short names? Cheeseburger is going for Britt Eklund in the retro WAP. I'll have Raquel Welsh, and thank you very much. Have her washed and sent to my bedroom. I can honestly say, says Trace, that at 51, I do not shart and have never sharted. Gary Pisses Vino says, how old are you, young man? Is that aimed at me? Yeah, well, I am apparently 52, which is scary. Still alive, though, amazingly. Sorry for bringing the tone down, says Trace. I should behave now, mainly. Sorry, Liz, I've got 10 days before I can change my name again, says Matt. Is this a question for me? Rover 600 or Mercedes 190E, asked Jaden. Well, I don't even have to think about that for a nanosecond. Obviously, Rover 600. I hate Mercedes 190Es. I hate them with a passion. I didn't like them when they were new. I don't like them now. Give me a hard one. What's the best envelope? Asked Simon. I like the white square windowless ones with glue on the flap you don't have to lick. And Matt reminds me that I should know that he takes his immaturity seriously. Patter, asked Cheeseburger. I'll look it up. Do. It's brilliant, mate. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. The best one I've heard, lady, says Cheeseburger, is Short Fat Fanny on Boom Radio. The lyrics haven't aged well. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Lemon Pound Cake by Afro Man is a great song. No, I don't know that one. Boaty, I would love your opinion on this, says Jaden. Should I set up a Facebook chat for people to talk about cars? Oh, God, I don't know. I mean, my honest answer would be no, but I can't speak for other people. I get put into chats left, right and centre, and I introduced a chat feature on my Facebook group, so obviously everybody else has done it now as well. So there are chats everywhere, and to be quite honest, I think the world needs less of them or fewer of them rather than more. But if you've got a specific group of people and would like to talk about a specific topic, then why not? Why not indeed? I've come to fear the incoming ping But then, you know, you youngsters, you're used to it. I'm of a generation where we didn't get pinged. If you didn't want to be disturbed, you could take your phone off the hook and you wouldn't be disturbed. Now, ping, ping, ping. I mean, some of it's brilliant. I mean, on the whole, it's a plus. I love the fact that I can be in relatively constant contact with people that I cared about. But sometimes it's just a little bit intrusive. But then, you know, that's hypocritical for me to say because I've embraced the modern world and I'm one of those people, first thing I do in the morning before I even have a wee is check my iPad. So who am I to complain? You slap your plank with a plectrum. Oh, is that what it is? The guitar-y thingy. No, it doesn't work on a browser, highlighting a name in block colour, says Liz. Oh, I don't know how you do it then. Trey says, Liz, it does here for me on a browser. I don't see others highlighted, but I guess they do. I haven't got a clue. I can't do it. I don't know how it works. And haven't got a clue. Oh, it's only highlighted to them. Ah, that's where I'm going wrong. That's where I'm going wrong. Okay, makes a bit more sense now. Diddly do. I switch off my notifications, says Trace, when I need a break from it. I daren't though, in case it's something like pivotally and immediately important. You know, something from work or something like that. Or, you know, a message from a woman sending me a picture of her breasts or indicating that she's in the mood for a podgering. I mean, I wouldn't want to miss that, would I? Favourite envelope, the flap that doesn't need licking. Here we go again, says Cheeseburger. Boaty gets pinged all the time. I do. Never replies though. I don't, and I'm honest about it. I'm terrible at replying to pings, emails, voicemails. I'm just crap at it. And please, any of you who've pinged me in any way, shape or form and I've not replied, please don't take it personally. I'm just really crap at it. Absolutely terrible. Lousy. Dreadful beyond words. Really awful. Big fat Oprah pants said it. That's what I am. I kind of get around to it eventually, but it might be a year. I've genuinely had messages from people and thought, right, I really must reply to that, and kept thinking that, and then they've actually died. And then I feel guilty. Because what do you do then? Send the message? Excuse me a moment, a bit of housekeeping. I didn't want to freeze this wine. I had to buy my wine at room temperature. I didn't have any in stock. So I had to do some emergency chilling, so I did. Oh, and supper tonight, if you're interested, is going to be, oh, I've forgotten. No, I haven't. It's going to be Chinese chicken curry. That's what it's going to be. I stole an onion from work. And, oh God, I've got to go into town tomorrow. I hate going into town. But then I'm going to cheer myself up by having noodles. God, I love noodles. Are you sure, says Gary? Can we have some more drunken man dancing tonight, please? I don't think I'm drunk enough. You should see this, Boaty's World. I can. But you won't see when I do this. Smashing Pistons, but Simon will. Oh, so that's how it works. Okay, I get it now. Cheeseburger, title, Trace and Boaty are on a break. And apparently Everything Cars has released a jolly good video that we should all watch. I've just popped into the local... Oh God, have you really, Pingu? I'm going to have a look at that. Excuse me, I can't see what you're typing. I just need to have a look at that and see if he really has. No, that's a Photoshop. Let's have a look at... Whereas Matt genuinely has sent me 2 photographs of raisins and sultanas that he thought were currants on his bin. Fair play to you, sir. I salute you like a magpie. Oh, right, I've got to press that now, haven't I? And then I've got to press that. And, right, splendid, jolly good. And I think that's it, darlings. I think we are done. I'm not going to ramble on for too long tonight because I am absolutely shattered. Oh, I didn't tell you about that, did I? I woke up early as I normally do, and you know, Tuesday is my lazy day, especially after a long day like yesterday. And you know, I woke up feeling like bloody death. And oh God, I woke up to emails saying that my Facebook account had been hacked and I needed to do this, that and the other. Now, it hadn't, and I'll explain it tomorrow. It's too late to explain it now. But so that set the morning off, and I didn't get the rest that I needed, and I've been kind of buggered all day. I'm tired. I'm going to have an easier week this week, you know. I might not actually do any videos this week other than the daily diaries, which will, yeah, they'll go out as normal every day for channel members. But I might just leave it at that. I've got other things that I need to be doing. We've got some cars that I need to advertise. I need to get my head around some of the media that I'm not familiar with, like Cars and Classics and whatnot. I need to sort out our eBay account so I can start listing cars on eBay. I need to get this bloody website built. I've been putting that off for ages and ages and ages, so I might have an easy week this week and just play with cars a bit. I probably won't. You know what I'm like. Boaty, what's your opinion on wheel trims that keep moving when the car stops? I think they're horrid. I'm not really familiar with them. Wheel trims that keep moving? Oh, right, I know the sort of... Yeah, that wouldn't be for me. I mean, all of that car modding thing, I don't like any of it. I don't like cars that have been lowered. I don't like cars with stupid spoilers on them that don't belong. Yeah, I like cars original. Or reasonably original. Or at least original to the type. Why do people lower cars? What on God's earth is the point of that? Never understood that. Especially when they're really slammed. So you get somebody in that... This has happened to me. I was driving a knackered old Fiesta that I had as a daily. And there was this super duper souped up thing. And he had to go so slowly over the speed bump so he didn't scrape his precious front splitter or whatever the hell it was. And I just sailed past him in the Fiesta and called him a wanker. And I enjoyed that very much. What's the point in having a super quick car if you can't actually drive it super quickly? Anyway, yeah. Right, that will do for tonight, my darlings. Thank you, as always, for your company. Most grateful to you. I think I've told you everything that I need to tell you. Simon and Matt are doing their normal thing and they're just banging on and on and on about something that they want me to talk about on my live stream, even though it's got nothing to do with me whatsoever. So keep them happy, I suppose. next year is going to be the year of the streetwise, according to their black wizards. And they're planning to go to the motorist on Sunday. And they keep banging on about it, so there you go. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself if you would like to go with them, and I'm sure you'll heed their wise words and go out and buy a streetwise next year. Quite why it has to keep being banged on about, I don't know, but there we are. Dark Monk, says Pingu. Well, what did I say? I don't know. I'm not in their inner scrotum. I don't get all of the information. I probably do. I probably just don't read it. Oh, Black Wizard, I said. Right, okay. No, of course you are, Matt. Of course you are. Don't mind me. It's just you keep banging on about it. I'm all for community meetups being shared, but it's just I try and scan through the comments, and when every other comment is he doesn't seem to have mentioned that 2024 is the year of Streetwise, or gosh, I wonder if anybody's mentioned that there's a meetup going on Sunday. Matt and Simon are organising a community meetup or drive-in meetup to the motorist, which is at Stigbürt in Elford. I don't know, I've been there. It's not too far away if you live quite close to it. And if you think that you would enjoy that sort of thing, it's not a very nice drive to get there. It involves the A1 and probably roadworks. And when you get there, it's cars in a field. If you enjoy seeing cars in a field and paying over the top for a cup of coffee and a bacon roll, go for it. But in all seriousness, if it's a community meetup, then great. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it on the one that I went to, and I might go to another one the year after next. So, have you worked out your cranking advantage yet? No. I'll go to the meet if Raquel Welsh turns up. Right. Okay. Sunday. I promised that I would start doing these things. So let me know what the details are for Sunday. And I might just take all of you and myself by surprise and come along. Why not? Why not? It's too long since I've seen Simon and Matt and... Okay, right, this Yachts 24 thing, I don't know exactly what you've got planned, but yeah, community meetup on the Sunday, this Sunday, I believe, at the Motorist, and I would still like to organise a breakfast meetup at, whatever it's called, Olabar, the Moorlands at Olabar. But unless you're a Mustard or a Furious Driving or a Hubnut or, oh God almighty, I got an email just before I started the live stream. I've been gifted a Hubnut membership, channel membership, and I've got no idea why. I've not been on his channel for over a month. But, oh well, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, organising these meetups seems to be somewhat difficult unless you're a really, really big name. So, but I hope Sunday works out and I might actually rock up myself. Right, come on, let's all go to bed, shall we? And I don't mean together. I mean, remember Trace is naked. And I think that there should be a rule that if we sleep together as a community, with no funny business, we should all wear nighties. Where is the motorist? It's in, it's near Leeds. It's at a place called Sherborne in Helmet or something like that. Sherbet Helmet, I don't know. It's near Leeds, Jaden. And, oh, thank God for that. Thank you, Trace. In all seriousness, I did go there to the Furious Driving Meet. It's a really good venue. It's, well, as venues like that go, it is a good venue and there are really good facilities there, and you can have quite an enjoyable day if you like that sort of thing. I've got to get into this. Only because it'll be good for the channel to get my ass out there. I should do a Joseph and just shuffle around the whole bloody thing. Or I should be super professional like Simon and turn up with a fully clean car and business cards and a flag and all that. I'm crap. I turn up with a packed lunch, don't go anywhere, just sit by the car and nobody talks to me. I need to learn how to do these things and how to get the best from them. But hanging out with Simon and Matt and whoever else turns out would be fun, and I haven't done it for too long, so let me know what the details are. And I will try. Are we done? Do you think HJ would make it to Leeds? I'm sure you would, Pingu. You've done him all. You've done him up, haven't you? Isn't he all tickety-boo and working as an Arthur now? Your good ladies, Arthur. Yeah, of course he would. To be fair, he would have made it to Leeds immediately before I sold him to you. It made it from here to the yard. There was just some areas of compromise, shall we say. But yeah, I'm sure they'd do it now. Right, come on, let's bugger off. I've got supper to make. Here we go. Oh, unmute it, you idiot. Pingu says I should do an honest appraisal of people's cars at these meets. God almighty, that would make me the most unpopular person in the world in very short order. It really would. But, right, yeah, we're all saying that. Jolly good. But that would be fun, actually. I would actually enjoy doing that. But, oh, God, I would offend people. Oh, dear. All right, darlings, thank you so much for your company, as always. Have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day that you can tomorrow. Much love to you all, and I'll catch you all tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Good night. He said.